Welcome back, everyone, to your podcast, our podcast, the Popular Side podcast. As always, we have Mr. Yinka Yusuf.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How's your week and your weekend been?
And I can't decay. Yinka, how are you? Good to see you. What's happening?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm very good. I think it's a relatively good sporting weekend, I can say.
For you? Not for everybody.
Yeah. I can only speak for myself. I don't.
That's fair.
I can only speak for myself. It's a relatively good sporting weekend. Dare I even say week altogether? And from a work standpoint too, it's all
Season?
Good. Season so far, yeah.
3 months.
Yeah. You see,
yeah. So 15 matches. 13 wins.
13 wins.
3 goals conceded.
Yeah. All the good stuff. All good stuff.
Only three players have scored against Arsenal this season in all competitions.
Yep.
Nick Voltemada. Haaland.
And Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai is called the worldie.
Yep.
You know? So, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Long may that continue.
Long may it continue. Considered 3 times in 15 matches. It's quite amazing.
It is. It is.
But, good to see you, brother.
Same here, bro.
Yeah. We have a packed agenda for today, but we'll get through it. We talked about a good week, work-wise or whatever. Same. Lots going on. But we keep showing up every day and keep doing what we need to do. So so it is what it is. And I'm in much better shape today. I'm not coming back from. I'm not coming back from a weekend of debauchery. So this is good. I'm rested, hydrated, and ready to go. One thing of note, though.
I think it's only hydrated that you should say, because you actually you just come back from a mini journey also. Yeah.
Well, just ferrying the kid all about town as I do. I'm the resident Uber driver in my family. It's okay though. Not that the kid appreciates it, but I do it for myself. I don't do it for her. It's my duty to do it.
The slightest opportunity you get for her to get a driving license, I think you should go for it.
Next year, she's 15 now. She can get a learner's at 15 and 9 months. So June of next year.
Fantastic.
She'll get a learner's.
It's the same at my end. The young man is already driving. I don't have time, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I've already told him that just the day you get your license, the errand starts that day.
Yeah, that's it.
It's assets and liability. You get your license today, just know that fueling the car henceforth is your responsibility until you go to uni.
Yeah, I get it.
It's assets and liability. That's how life works. Anyway,
I get it.
Let's move on.
All right, sir. Yinka?
Yes, sir.
You showed my age. Just a few minutes ago, I was looking at the agenda because, like I said, you put the agenda together and then we talk about it or whatever. And the first one you put in here for worthy mention, you said Arsenal, October's very own OVO. I'm like, what does this mean? I've never heard this before. And you were quite ashamed of me because my street cred has been shredded. But in my defense, I'm all about the classics. I am not about this mumble rappers or this singing rappers or whatever. That ain't really my thing. So I don't know. I don't know Drake's work like that. I don't rate him. But apparently this has something to do with Drake or whatever.
Yes.
But I will focus on the Arsenal part of it. Arsenal have had quite the season. Like I said, 15 matches in all competitions, 3 goals conceded. That's 1 goal every 5 matches. That's roughly every 450 minutes. That is crazy. Yinka, that is crazy. But it also goes to show in this life, Yinka, you can do all that and the people will still hate. Are people talking about this, Yinka? No, they're not. What are they talking about? They're talking about how Arsenal is dead last in open play goals. Well, until they scored against Brentford. So I'm like, let me get this straight. Arsenal are top of the table. I believe, I don't know, before this last set of games, in the first 9 matches, they had scored the 4th most goals. They have the highest goals difference. Because again, they're not conceding goals. And they're 7 points ahead of everybody else. That would qualify for above reproach status from me. When Liverpool was doing that, they were above reproach to me. When City was doing it for 4 or 5 seasons, they were above reproach for me. I don't understand how you look at this team and you criticize. You wait until they give you something to criticize and then you start running your mouth. You know? Am I crazy to expect this?
No, you're not. You see, what's his name? Michael Richards said it best. He said, when everybody is doing stuff, it's fine. But when it's Arsenal's turn, everybody just chooses to lump in. That's exactly what he said.
Wow.
Right? Aki, think about it. In Wenger's days, under Wenger, Arsenal being weak at set pieces, right, was one of the things that they crucified Wenger for, that they crucified the team for. Say once you bully them, they can't play. Yeah? But now, because Arsenal is now good at bullying people and set pieces, all of a sudden it's a bad thing. Back then it was a good thing. Back then it was a good thing, but now it's a bad thing. But you see, Akin, it's lazy and everybody's buying into it. You see ESPN talking about set piece goals. You see Sky talking about set piece goals, BBC talking about set piece goals. And I'm looking at a lot of them and like, this is lazy. This is lazy and it's clickbait. It's this is what triggers. This is for discourse. It is lazy. It is stupid. It is unintelligent. See, when they're counting goals that people score, right? Yeah. For a striker, for example, do they say, he scored 1,000 goals? Ronaldo, when they say Ronaldo scored goals, it is only people that want to tarnish Ronaldo's image that will say, out of those 1,000 goals or whatever, 100 are set pieces or penalties or non-penalty goals. I'm like, I don't care about all those kind of things. Have you played a penalty before in real life? I have. It's not easy. It's not. So when somebody picks up the ball in front of 60,000 people, plays the ball and has the calmness, the confidence, the what's the word I'm looking for? The skill, the composure to beat the keeper. It's something. There's a reason why he does it. It's because he's good at it. Don't just tarnish it or minimize it or just it's nothing. It's annoying and it's irritating. It is, frankly. And for me, see, at this point, I wasn't going to feed into this, set piece, ole. But at this point, I think I'm beginning to, if you guys are really ticked off by set pieces that much, then maybe I should buy into it too. Right? So when Arsenal score, everybody should be celebrating set piece, ole. I'm telling you. Maybe that's what we should be doing.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
This is from BBC, right? So
yeah.
This is not me making stuff up. We've all seen it. We've all observed it. But the BBC, Matthew Hobbs at BBC took the time a few days ago. This was 28th of October before the match week 10. So this is after 9 rounds of the EPL. 18.7% of goals in the EPL had come from corners this season. 45 goals out of 241 is the highest ever in Premier League history. You know, football only started in 1992. You already know this. So,
Yeah, I know.
So we
I
only
know
care
this.
about the Premier League. We don't care about the old First Division or any other division.
Yeah.
This is higher than any other season by 4.5%. Right? By 4.5%. The next highest was 2010, 2011, 14.2%. Okay? Let's keep going. Percentage of set piece goals scored in the Premier League, excluding penalties, Yinka. This season, 27.8. Okay? The average for the last 10 years, 21.65. That's a whole 6 goals, you know what I mean, higher than it's been. I'm going quickly through this. Goals scored from corners in the big 5 European leagues. Guess who's number 1?
Arsenal.
Yes, Arsenal, 37. The next is Borussia Mönchengladbach at 26. Inter Milan at 25. Leverkusen at 24. Tottenham at 24. This is since the beginning of 23-24 season. So that's 3 seasons, 24, 25. Yeah, that's for the last 3 seasons. Yeah. 37 corner goals. 37 corner goals for Arsenal. Okay? Goals from corners in the major European leagues. Right? Last year in the Premier League, 12.1%. This year, 18.7%. I said that already. Bundesliga, last year, 12%. This year, 17.6%. Serie A, last year, 11.6%. This year, 16%. La Liga, 11.3% last year. This year, 13.8%. That's a smaller increase. Ligue 1, 11.2%. You know, they don't show us a comparison. Okay. Right? Yeah. So, sorry, I read it wrong. I'm so sorry. I read it wrong. So last year, it was Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, Ligue 1. And it was 12.1, 12, 11.6, 11.3, 11.2, right? Sorry, I read it wrong. This year, it's Premier League, Serie A, Ligue 1, La Liga, Bundesliga. 18.7, 17.6, 16, 13.8, 12.6. So the fifth highest is higher than the top from last season. So this cutover has happened quickly.
Yep.
Right? So you can blame Arsenal for it. But I don't think all the other coaches came together and say, let's do exactly what Arsenal is doing. I think what happened is, this is my own take.
Yeah.
The art of goal scoring is disappearing. Goal scoring by number 9. We've talked about this before. The number 9 is disappearing from the modern game. Thanks to who? Pep Guardiola. Right? He killed the number 10. He killed the number 9.
But
right?
He then brought back his own number 9 and he's scoring.
In desperation. Which is making a fool of everybody. Is making a fool of everybody. You know? So I think that's what it is. You gotta pay £80 million, you know, to get a 22-year-old from Eintracht Frankfurt. You know? I mean, it's insane. There's nobody. There's like 5 good strikers in the Premier League. Everyone else is just trying to make it. So I think coaches have found a way. What's fascinating to me is, Yinka, I want to find the percentage for long throws. I think the number of long throws have more than doubled this season to last season. I want to make sure. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, increased use of long throws. A notable tactical change is the widespread use of long throws, which is happening at more than double the rate of any other season on record.
Yeah.
So before, it used to be a Rory Delap at Stoke, you know, with his towel and everything, specially prepared for him.
Yeah.
Now it's everybody. Everyone is throwing into the box.
Yeah.
You know? So for me, I feel like that's why they pay these coaches. You know, to me, this is a good thing. You know, you're like, how can I be more efficient with the resources I have? Knowing Henry is not walking through that door. Shearer is not walking through that door. Rooney is not walking through that door. You know what I mean? What I have is, if I'm lucky, I get the pleasure of paying £65 million for the kid. I always forget the kid's name at Aston Villa, who looked like a shadow of himself yesterday. By the way, what's his name?
Aston Villa.
Yeah. The guy that came from Brentford.
Oh, Watkins.
What? Yeah, that's your above replacement value striker in the EPL.
Yeah.
And if he's 28 years, I know he's older now, but if he comes in at 26, 27 years old, he's at least 70 million pounds. That's what you get. That's a guy who might get you 11 to 13 goals a season. That's nothing. You know, if he played 20 years ago, he probably never makes it to the Premier League. 20 years ago. This is where we are now, Yinka.
So I kind of see it differently, and we'll move on from this shortly. I think the coaches are learning, right, from the reality on ground, and I'll explain. Right, okay. You watched the Bournemouth City game today. Bournemouth thought we can go toe to toe with you, kind of disrespected City, and City showed them why they're City. Right, but Bournemouth came into that game, no low block, like you play your game, we'll play our game. Let's see who can beat each other. Imagine Haaland running from the halfway line twice in 15 minutes to score. So Bournemouth played the same way against Liverpool. They lost 4-2. It was closer. Yeah. If they played against City, they lost. If they play the same way against Arsenal, they will lose. But if they play the same way against the other teams, there's a high likelihood that they will win. So which is what is happening. So which is why coaches are saying, if I'm going to Arsenal, if I don't pack the bus, I don't have a chance of winning. Let me pack the bus and try and hit them on the counter. And so it's the gap between the good teams and the not too good teams that is largely causing this. Yeah? That's the way I see it. The reason why Bayern don't adopt these tactics is because they don't have to. The game is open enough for them to score. Nobody plays defense in the Bundesliga. I'm sorry. Nobody does. It's play your game, I play my game. I've said this 1,000,001 times. This is the origin of this particular issue that you have right now. I need to find other ways to unlock. Now, that is for a team like Arsenal. When a team like Spurs starts carrying towel around and throwing the ball, I'm like, who is low blocking against you people, for goodness sake?
Ouch.
See, who is low blocking against you? This game is open. See, Akin, with all due respect, see the Spurs-Chelsea game. That was a bloody open game. And I still saw Spurs players carrying towel, rubbing the ball. I'm like, dude, you don't have to. There's no low block. Play your game. In fact, you can just throw the ball. Nobody will stop you. But so I agree with you, but I see it slightly from a different standpoint.
Okay. And I get it. That's valid. That's only because you brought it up. Spurs have now lost 3 out of their 5 home games this season. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
Frank is on the hot seat. So to wrap this up, Akin, the results for Arsenal in October, 2-0 Brighton, 1-0 Crystal Palace, 4-0 Atletico Madrid, 1-0 Fulham, 2-0 West Ham, 2-0 Olympiacos. No goals conceded in October. The first English club in history to go a month, to win all the games in a month, right, without them conceding a single goal ever. That's a record. Long may it last. In all competition. This is October. October is Arsenal's month. That's why I call them October's very own. Go learn a bit more about,
I don't know.
About new hip hop lingo.
I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
Let's move on, Aki.
Okay, Inka, I'm gonna do a quick time check. You and I are committed to doing an hour-long and no more show today.
Yes.
This is our 20th minute. We got 40 minutes to get through the rest of it. You got this?
No problem. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah. So the week that was, all right.
Yes.
That was a very interesting Carabao Cup matchup. Actually, 2 very interesting ones. Liverpool were home to Crystal Palace, and Arsenal were home to Brighton.
Yes.
Both coaches made 10 changes from their Premier League starting 11 of the previous weekend.
Yep.
One team lost 0-3 at home.
Mm-hmm.
One team won 2-0 at home.
Yep.
Liverpool are now out of the Carabao Cup. Some people would say that's good for them. They can concentrate their energies on something else.
Yeah.
There are some Arsenal fans, I would not be disrespectful and call them names, though I really, really want to call them names, but I won't do it, who say, just get rid of this, who cares? Let's focus on... But what I would tell you, Inka, is since City got money in 2008, they've won the Carabao Cup 5 times.
Yeah.
Winning begets more winning. City won the Carabao Cup before they won the league.
Yep.
I believe they won the Carabao Cup before they won the FA Cup. Back then, it was the Carling Cup when they were winning it.
I believe so too.
They took it seriously, right? They used their full squad, and this was back in the day when, they didn't... I think now they've spaced out some of the games or whatever. Back then, everything was wrapped up by February. So you win in February, you feel good about yourself, and then you relaunch your assault on the league or the FA Cup and Champions League or whatever, and you go forward. Yeah. But City have 5 of these things, in their new reincarnation. I think you should go for everything. What do you think?
I think it depends on the situation where you find yourself. Yeah. Akin, if you have a barrage of injuries and your team is depleted, it is, I don't want to say stupid, but it's not the wisest thing. Yeah, it's not the wisest thing to then deploy all your resources in games like this. Yeah. So if you now internalize that to Liverpool and Arsenal, right? Liverpool slot's decision to fill the kids and not have the guys on the bench, as in the top guys on the bench, in my opinion, as at that time, I thought it was reckless. I thought
You said it in real time.
Yeah, I thought it was reckless. I thought it was disrespectful, and I thought it was slightly arrogant. And the only thing that occurred to me is, if he then goes ahead and he beats Liverpool, he beats Villa, and he beats City, then I can excuse that decision. But that would be... Is 2020? Say, what do you call it? Hindsight? What do you call it? Yeah,
outside is 2020. Yes,
exactly. So that's the only way I can excuse the decision to fill the kids and not have people on the bench to bring on board. When things went south, and things indeed went south. It did go south, very, very bad. But you contrast that with Arteta, started the kids, but still, when the thing was a bit shaky, he still brought in the big guns to come and stabilize things, and Arsenal ended up winning convincingly. We've been talking about Max Dowman. Kid is special, man.
Kid is 15 years old. I don't think it turned 16 until December.
Yeah,
or something.
Kid is special.
Years old.
He's special, right? But once again, Slot. I don't want to talk too much about him. I thought it was reckless, but I'm going to give him some grace. They beat Villa, not by... Let me say Villa lost to them, not that they beat Villa, if you get what I mean.
I would agree.
We'll talk about that later. But if he then goes ahead and he beats Real Madrid on Wednesday or so, and then he beats City, then I can excuse the fact that he got himself bounced out of the Carling Cup. And frankly, once again, hindsight 2020, if he had beat Crystal Palace, he'll have been facing Arsenal.
Yeah, they don't need more of the fixture congestion.
You don't need more.
You can remind me, the next stage is the quarterfinals, right?
It is the quarterfinals. Yes.
And then after that is the two-legged semifinals.
The two-legged semifinals. Yes,
that's the part I don't understand. Why do you need 2 legs for this minor cup? But I don't want to get too much into this.
Let's get to it.
You've talked about Liverpool. You've talked about Arsenal for this Carabao Cup. The team I don't understand is Brighton. You're not in Europe, right? You're not going to win the league, right?
Yeah.
Why would you've beaten Arsenal in cup competitions in the recent past, and when you face Arsenal in the league, they find it really difficult to play against you. And then they make 10 changes You come to the Emirates. Why aren't you trying to win the game? It's, they rested everybody. That man. I mean, they played some guy, but they rested their goalkeeper. I'm like, what are you doing? Because they should be going for this. Just like, because I feel like when I contrast them to Crystal Palace, they just have that, they have their wind behind their back. They're like, hey, we won the FA Cup. We got cheated out of the Europa League. We're in the conference, but we went to Wembley and won the Charity Shield or whatever it's called, Community Shield or whatever. We can do back to back. Yeah, we'll try to win another FA Cup, but right now, this thing is in front of us. We've gone to Anfield. We trashed Liverpool. We went to Arsenal in the league and just barely lost. We've been Arsenal's toughest opponent. We can go back to the Emirates and win against these kids. So for me, I have so much respect for Crystal Palace right now. I have no idea what Brighton are doing.
I do. So all these mid-table teams that are resting players in Carabao Club, I don't understand it.
They're doing it for money.
I don't understand it.
They're doing it for money. You make more money when you finish 7th as opposed to 10th.
No, but you have a brighter chance of winning something, right? Playing those cup tournaments than in the league.
But there's no money in the cups anymore. That's the problem. The money is in the league.
No. But that same league that you get trounced 4-0, 5-0, what are we talking about? Anyway, so that's the Carabao Cup review.
Okay, we're done. We don't care what. City also made it. Cardiff, I believe, made it. And who else? Newcastle made it.
Crystal Palace, Newcastle. Chelsea. Spurs. Newcastle beat Spurs. Sorry, Newcastle are in there too. But it's Arsenal. There's no
Chelsea are in there. Chelsea beat Wolves 4-3. Yeah.
So there is the toughest fixture actually is the Crystal Palace Arsenal game.
Yeah.
Every other person I expect the next round to be Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man City. That's what I think will happen.
Those are tough for the Carabao Cup. Those are very tough,
and that will be double legs. So
2 legs.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay. So, but honestly, this is the most into it I've been, and it's not just because my team is in it, but these are good matchups, just like last year. That was Newcastle Arsenal was a very good matchup. All right, Inka, let's talk about match week review. Match week 10. Who impressed you? Who disappointed you? Let's do it quickly. We're gonna hit France first, as we always do. They've earned the right to stay in the rotation, so go for it.
Yes, they have. So PSG had a last-minute escape against, who was it they played again? Against Nice. They scored a last-minute winner. So PSG won, Marseille won. So the table in Ligue 1 is still very, very tight. First to fourth is separated by 4 points. PSG are first with 24. Marseille 22, Lens 22, and Lille 20. Dembele is back, but is working his way back into fitness. PSG are still playing the kids. I still believe there will be separation when the whole team is back. But for now, PSG really struggled in that game.
I think you mean Ballon d'Or winner, Senegalese.
What a pity.
Ousmane Dembele. We don't do that anymore. We show respect here. We don't do that anymore. He has earned his way out of it.
He shut you up.
No, but the good thing is you and I have always wished him well. We just we've always wished him well. Okay.
We always wished
him well. So that's France. Yeah. Let's go to Germany real quick.
Yes. Germany as usual. Bayern, they just at this point they can just put the Bundesliga on cruise control and just sleep and let it be
on the Champions League.
I'm telling you. Yeah, because they beat Leverkusen, who is supposedly rival, contender.
Nah.
As I said, supposedly.
They broke up that team. Yeah.
But the match was too convincing. Even Nicholas Jackson that barely scored, right? I'm looking at it. I'm like, we can actually put the Bundesliga on ice. I think Bayern have it already. It's just 9 games. They've not drawn a game. They've played 9. They've won 9. Their goal difference is plus 29.
Yeah, they've scored freely. And Harry Kane looks like he's rediscovered the fountain of youth, because he looks in total control. Defenders in the Bundesliga can't stop him. He's doing whatever he wants to do.
They're not even trying.
That's what I'm saying.
Akin, they're not trying. That's what annoys me. Right. When I watch these games, Akin, right? Put Barcelona in this same Bundesliga. They'll probably have the same records that Bayern have. Right? Put Arsenal there. Put City there. Put any top team in Europe there. They'll probably have the same. These guys don't respect Bayern to say, oh, you guys are good. Let's lock up. Let's defend. No, they're playing them as if they're playing their B team or something. I'm like, this is annoying.
I see it a little different. I see it as they see Bayern as inevitable. So they're like, what does it matter? Like when we go into this game, our season is not defined by what we do against Bayern. So let's just go have some fun. It's very anti-competitive to me.
It's I don't know what to call it, man. It's
what I'm saying? It's very anti-competitive. Because I'm like, who's going to step up?
Why don't the players in England, the teams in England, why is this psychology different? Why do English teams, why don't they behave that way?
Money. So number one, you talked about how money is divvied up in the leagues. And Ro corrected us offline that, Real Madrid and Barca don't get 80% of, I don't think you meant 80%. I think you were exaggerating on purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but the point is well taken. They get a lion's share of the fee, and mostly because they can negotiate their own TV contracts, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but in England, because things are more evenly distributed, the bottom teams make a lot of money. So if you put the bottom earners in England, in Italy, for example, they're very close to the top. So these guys, Sunderland can afford to buy internationals. You may not have heard of them, but they're internationals. So it used to be that the football at the bottom of the Premier League was dreadful. Now that's no longer the case. And if you know what you're doing and you have a half decent front office, you can quickly rise from the bottom into a mid-table team. You can quickly do that if you're consistent and you know what you're doing and you don't make insane hires. So the money is too much, Inka. The money is too much, and that's really what it is. And then when you move even to like the 5th, 6th, 7th positions, if you're a player on big money who is not panning out, you can't leave the league because no one else can pay your wages. That's why Man U couldn't get rid of players that they didn't want. Arsenal for a long time couldn't get rid of players. Because
they have to just say, we'll pay you off.
We'll pay you off.
Just go.
Because, Yinka, you know what? You're not going to be at Man U and then go play for Southampton when they were at the bottom of the league last year. You're not going to go play, for Wolves. You're going to want to play for Villa. And if Villa doesn't need you, where else are you going to go? You can't go to Portugal. They pay like $2 there, So what are you, you know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So I think money is the problem.
Fair enough. But anyway, Bundesliga.
Yeah, done
Deal.
Dead. Okay.
Dead.
Let us move to Italy. Let's move to Italy. Serie A.
Yeah. Milan played this evening. Milan won 1-0.
Okay. Who were they playing?
They played Roma, so it was like a second versus third in Serie A. Once again, the difference between number 1 and number 4 is just 1 point. So Napoli are back on top. Inter, don't look now. Inter are just a point behind Napoli. Inter scored a last-minute own goal to win. Okay, the opponent scored, so the winner for them was an own goal by the opponent to win 2-1. I think that was yesterday or earlier on today. I can't remember. So it's Napoli on 22, Inter 21, Milan 21, Roma 21. If Roma had won today's game, they will have been top of the table. They will have been top of the table.
I think when we were growing up, both of us, I think our Serie A team was AC Milan growing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And by a lot, right?
By a lot.
My second team in Italy has always been Roma. Coincidentally, and that was because of Francesco Totti.
Mine was Sampdoria because of
Sampdoria. Oh, Sampdoria because of Gullit? Was
Mancini.
it because of Gullit? Mancini.
Because of Mancini.
All right. And then, because Gullit played at Sampdoria, right? Or did I make that up? He played at Sampdoria.
Yeah.
Okay, briefly.
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah. And then, coincidentally, that's the only city I've been to in Italy. Is Rome.
Okay.
I haven't been anywhere else in Italy, and I loved it and all that. It reminds me a lot of Spain. So I am secretly rooting for them. I did not expect them to be doing this well coming in, so I'm secretly rooting for Roma. I hope let me knock on all the wood in my office. So we'll see. But let me ask you a question, Yinka.
Yes, sir.
Would you say everyone else is overperforming, or would you say Napoli are underperforming? How did we get here? This tightness.
I think it's a mix of both, right? Milan and Roma have considerably gotten better. Inter bringing in Christian Chivu, who used to play for them, Romanian left back.
Yeah.
Bringing in Chivu kind of rocked the boat a bit, but they are now beginning to settle. They have a very good deep squad. They got a younger striker, Bonny, who is now even deputizing for Thuram. And I think Thuram has been injured for a while or so. And they also have one tall. So right now they have like 4 strikers, right? I'm like, sometimes I don't understand how you
been like that. They've all last year too. They had several strikers. I
don't understand how people behave like that. But anyway, so the team is beginning to. They look better now. Barella is beginning to play better. Chanalolu surprisingly is the highest goal scorer in Serie A right now.
All set pieces.
Long range set pieces, long range shots. Yeah. So it's a mix of both to answer your question.
Okay.
Yeah, Inter's qualities dropped. Napoli's qualities dropped a bit. Primarily because maybe Lukaku not playing because he's injured. Maybe that's part of it. KDB is also now injured. Conte's second season. There's a second season syndrome for Conte. You and I know this. It always happens. But we'll see how it goes. But very, very competitively, frankly. Very competitive.
All right. Okay, let's go to the league you love so much to hate. God. I know Barcelona were winning when I was looking at it earlier today. So tell us what happened.
He ended 3-1. He ended 3-1.
Yeah, it was 2-0 when I stopped paying attention.
Yeah, Real Madrid also won. So Madrid still 5 points ahead of Barca.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like I told you, Mbappe is inevitable for all these smaller teams. Yeah. He not only himself has announced himself, like that movie, the one that had top. I'm the captain now.
I knew that was where
I think he told, what's his name? Vinny Jr. Dude, I'm the captain now. And at the same time, the coach also looked at Vinny Jr. and said, yes, he's the captain now. Because you can see that the profile, if you are looking at who is more important right now, even with the way they play, it's obvious it's Kylian. Obvious. So, and Vinny has been relegated kind of, and he doesn't like it at all.
I'm sorry to jump in, Yinka. But
yes,
we talked extensively about Vinny Jr. last week, but I'll just make one quick observation. For someone who is arrogant, pompous, when it comes to Mbappe, he's always deferred to Mbappe. I don't know if you noticed. Since Mbappe came in, I think it was Ancelotti who did not define roles. So Vinny Jr., I don't think I've watched them once when he had a chance to pass to Mbappe and he didn't. That has been shocking to me. He hasn't been a selfish player relative to, at least not as much as I would have thought it would have been.
Fair
You
enough.
know, so
Fair enough.
we bashed him last week, and it was deserved. But I just wanted to point that out. Like, he's deferred from day one to Mbappe.
Yeah. Fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But he's not. Akin is not handling it. He's still not handling it
Oh no,
properly.
he's throwing tantrums. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly, he's not handling it properly.
What it did.
He's not handling it properly.
See, that's the thing. You cannot go to war against someone that everybody likes. Everybody likes your coach. And not just like everybody liked Ancelotti. Not in a grandfatherly, oh, let's not cross this guy kind of way. People genuinely love Xabi Alonso. Is every opposing team's favorite player when he was playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is the guy you wished was on your team, you know? And then you hated that he was on a national team that you didn't like. You hated that he was on a club team that you didn't like because did he ever get a red card in his whole career? I mean, come on, this guy plays CDM. Did he ever make a foul? You know? And he was an excellent ball player. Excellent everything. Tall, athletic, gangly, all of that stuff. And has he ever said a bad word about anybody ever? To now go out and show that man out on the sideline. I'm sorry, you can't win. You can't win against Xabi Alonso. I mean, he probably has more goodwill than any coach in the top 5 leagues right now.
And Akin is handling it properly. It's not easy to coach Real Madrid. It's not, especially given the predecessors that you have, right? Yeah. But he's doing fine. I'm
still shocked he took the job because I'm like, for the Xabi that we know, no, it just doesn't seem like you would want to be in that cauldron. Like, why would you do that to yourself? You know? Anyway.
So that's where we are in La Liga. Let's move on to the EPL.
All right. So tell us, a lot today is Sunday. A lot happened today. So maybe start from today and then go back to yesterday. Yeah.
So West Ham got their first win.
I watched that and I enjoyed it.
It was a good game, right? Jacob Murphy, who I understand has Nigerian heritage,
could have played for Nigeria.
That first goal was nice. Solid goal, solid strike, and he's silently doing the business for Newcastle. If you get what I mean.
2 goals, I like, and both very good. Both very good.
Both very good.
Yeah,
I like him. So he scored first, but West Ham came back. And they won 2-1 at the end of the day. So I'm happy for Nuno.
3-1.
Was it
Souček?
Oh yeah, Souček. I thought that was offside. When that happened, I saw the goal and I was like, that's offside, and I stepped out.
No, it wasn't offside.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there was an offside earlier. They ended up scoring a third. Yeah. Let me just confirm, but I think that's what happened because I saw.
Okay. Yeah. So West Ham won. Then later on today, Bournemouth, Man City. I can remember when that game was on and Man City scored 2 goals and Alan almost had a first half hat trick. Remember, I texted you. I'm like, this is disrespectful to City. They are still City. They are still City. You can't play City this way. You can't. You know. I'm like,
3-1,
what are you people doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the West Ham game was 3-1. I saw it. I'm like, Bournemouth, what are we doing here? You can't disrespect City like this. You still need to imagine Haaland running from the halfway line, right? Twice, which is the same mistake that Arsenal made when we overpressed. I said, even if you didn't learn from Arsenal and what happened, once they throw that ball, it's the same goal. Once they throw that ball and he's gone, and he's composed enough to finish, But apart from that, Bournemouth actually gave them a tough game. I think the scoreline flattered City. Bournemouth gave them a decent game. Semenyo gave them. It was quite problematic. But Bournemouth, their defense, I'm sorry. Yeah.
They're not playing defense. And I think that's the problem for that level club. They don't have the money to go get the best defenders available. And when they develop one, someone is going to get them, by them. Kirkhead's gone.
I think it's a style of play issue, not necessarily. Okay, it's more of a style of play issue than a personnel issue, right? You could have approached. look at us now. Defend collectively, attack collectively.
Yeah.
Right? But Iraola just wants to attack collectively and just defend, do you understand? And see, modern day coaching, I know people now start to say, I'm an offensive coach, I'm a defensive coach, I'm a set piece coach, I'm a goalkeeper coach.
This isn't the NFL.
This isn't the NFL, guys. This isn't the NFL. Cut that nonsense out, right?
Cut it out.
And maybe he's working and they are looking at what's happening, because I now understand, even at Arsenal, Gabriel Heinz is the defensive coach.
It's the defensive coach. Yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah, and but Arteta still oversees everything. Maybe that's how coaching is going these days. Okay, big deal. I don't know, but your style of play, come on, you should be able to adapt. You should be very adaptable, very malleable, so that in different scenarios you can say, okay, I'm leading now, I need to lock up, and the whole team should be able to lock up. Oh, we're down now, we need to attack. The whole team should be able to attack. You can't just be one way. Oh, attack. Even if I'm down 4-0, or I'm up 4-0, and I'm up 1-0 rather, and I need to, save or protect that 1-0. I'm still attacking. It doesn't make sense. So that disrespect is not worth it.
This was a top of the table clash, right?
Yes.
This was potentially second versus potentially third, right?
Yes.
Yes. And it reminded me a lot of the Klopp Pep days when they would face each other and they would just go boom, 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 boom. And then I would say 3 seasons ago, the Arteta Pep. And then Arteta learned that we're not as good as City. You know what I mean? We're just not as good. City just have, call it a treasure trove of good players. Yeah. Even today.
Yes.
Holland has scored twice as many goals as anyone else in the league this season. He scored his 13th today. He's unstoppable.
Yeah.
He's unstoppable. You can't give him an inch. So he's now shown, for 3.5 seasons now, is the best finisher in the league. He's the fastest striker in the league, like just north-south. He left 2 very athletic center backs in the dust against Arsenal. Yeah. He did the same thing today, right? He's by far the strongest striker. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Right? And his feet are not that bad. He can pass the ball.
Yeah.
They are not that bad. He's not the most technically gifted. Isak may be, but he's not Gyökeres in terms of technical ability. He's, if you're rating 1 to 10, he's like a nice 7.5.
I think people have disrespected him so much, right? Out of hatred, out of the fact that he's not English, out of the fact that
even though he was born in England. He was born in England. He could have played for England.
And he could have played for England. Yeah. Out of the fact that Kane is out there and he can't do what Kane is doing, right? Yeah. And that disrespect needs to stop. And so, see, yes, he needs service to be able to, in most cases, he needs service to be able to deliver. I get that. But dude, his conversion rate is astronomical. His conversion rate is out of this world. And nobody should disrespect that. No one should, right? And talking of disrespect, the Liverpool Villa game, right? I looked at Villa, I'm like, this is why I have a problem with him. Yeah. Liverpool are still Liverpool. You can't look at them and be like, you know what? I'm going to toy with you guys. They're not a team to toy with. Villa handed Liverpool 2 goals on a platter of gold. That's, in my opinion, that's what happened. Villa were the better side, and the goals they conceded was out of stubbornness of trying to play out from the back, and Liverpool kept on pressing and kept on collecting the ball from them. You need to... Okay, let me rephrase this. I keep going back to Arteta and the way Arsenal play. You will see sometimes when Arsenal start passing the ball at the back, once it becomes too risky, what happens? Raya hoofs it out. If you notice, Raya hoofs the ball a lot these days. The same thing should have happened to what's his name? The former Arsenal goalkeeper, the Argentine guy that's at Villa, Martinez. Martinez, hoof the damn ball out. What are you doing? So once again, Martinez, you shouldn't do that. It's not compulsory you play out of the back. Once you're in trouble, hoof the ball out. Relieve pressure on your team. Not that you should insist on playing out of the back. And that's how Liverpool got both of their goals. Nottingham Forest, Manchester United. United thought they were going second. I mean, my timeline were filled with United players that were in hiding before. All of a sudden, they are coming out of cracks like roaches. Apologies, but that's what it felt like, right? And they were shouting, "We're coming second," until Forest came out and Forest showed them, nah, it's not over until it's over. The Arsenal Burnley game. So once again, you see why Arsenal relies on set piece. Burnley set up to contain as much as possible and hit Arsenal on the counter attack. The moment Arsenal scored that goal, their game plan changed. Right? Is it you that says Tyson says everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth? Exactly. Yeah. So which is exactly what happened to them. They had a plan and they got punched in the mouth, and Saka should have had a hat trick in the first half.
They should have.
So I understand he's been ill, he's not feeling too fine, he's recuperating, I get all that. But he needs to up his game. Gyökeres best game in a while, but the man of the match for me by a mile was Declan Rice.
Absolutely. And Gyökeres had a muscle thing, so he came out at halftime.
Declan Rice was just perfect. Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 performance. Yeah, it was immense. I would agree. It was immense. So once again, I'm worried for Arsenal. This injury pile-up has started again. Yeah,
I'm not worried.
Yes, you have major squad depth. You know, Saliba had a knock and he didn't play. But the good news is, I think you said it a couple of weeks ago, that I think Arsenal has learned a lesson in the sense that once you feel something, just
go down.
Just go down. We're not taking any risk. And I think that's what happened to Gyökeres. That's what happened to Zubimendi. He also felt something.
That's what happened to Rice 2 games ago. You know, exactly. They all do it. Yeah,
they all do it. But yeah, it shows the extent of the squad depth. So Arsenal is still 6 points ahead. Of
6 or 7?
City. 6.
Oh, okay. All right.
City is second now.
Oh yeah, 19 points. Yeah, 25 to 19. You're right.
25 to 19. So City second. Like you said, it's still early. You know, I said if Liverpool don't win their next 3 games, I think they're out of the title race. Luckily, they've won this one, so I still believe they're still in it. Next weekend is a serious game for them. Liverpool City is next weekend, and I think this is a good segue into looking at the week to come.
Games coming across the 5 top leagues and the Champions League. So, Inka, we have PSG versus Bayern. Is it coming too early for PSG with all the injuries?
It is. Yeah, it is. But still, yet they have enough to trouble Bayern. This is going to be Bayern's toughest game of the season by a mile.
I would agree.
By a mile. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting game. I look forward to see what PSG have in store for Bayern. And PSG is at home.
Yeah, PSG at home. Liverpool home against Madrid. Liverpool will be going in feeling a little better about themselves, right? After what they did at Villa. Against Villa. Where were they? Villa was home, right?
Liverpool were home.
So, Yinka, one quick observation on that. I think not enough has been said about the connection between Salah and who was their right back that left? Trent Alexander-Arnold. So people would focus on how he wasn't a great defender, which is true. But now with Salah not knowing who is behind him, can he trust this person? Do they know him? Everything's dried up for Salah.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything this season. So I think not enough has been made of why that's happening. You know, I think there's a lot of uncertainty in the right back position for Liverpool. And it's showing in Salah's game. And he's older now. He doesn't have the legs, you know, to cover the ground that other people are not covering.
If you look at assists between Trent and Salah, they're not that many.
But it's
right?
not just about the assist. It's the freedom to go knowing someone is behind you. And someone who fundamentally is an attacker. He's not really a defender. I'm not even talking about the defensive.
So that's my point. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying, but I don't think it is as impactful, right? I think this is on Salah's mini whatever. I think is on slots rather than personnel, and that's see the objective of Liverpool in last season, 2 seasons ago. Whatever you do, play till you get to Salah. You watch them these
Pretty
days,
much.
and the end result is not often Salah. The end result is more of Gakpo these days than Salah. Or Ekitike or Viet down the middle. And in those days, Van Dijk will, from his left side, will rack a 60, 70-yard pass to Salah. Right? Do you see that often? It's like Salah is now feeding on crumbs. That's the way it seems to me. I might be wrong. It's like Salah is feeding on crumbs rather than eating the bread itself. It's like the bread is reserved for Gakpo and the rest of the team.
But guess what? There's no passes coming from his right back anymore. But let's move on. City will be home against Dortmund. I don't trust Dortmund. I think this may be a 4-1, 5-1 game. I really do. What do you think?
I think so too. But before we move on to City Dortmund, Liverpool, Madrid. Do you think Liverpool will rest players given the City game, given the fact that they have City game in mind?
You can't do that. Madrid cannot be coming to your house and you rest. No, you can't recover from that. If you do that, your season's over. You're not going to win anything this year. You cannot do that.
So I can hear me out, right?
Okay.
The same slot that just looked at the Carabao Cup and said, you know what? He's looking at this UCL table. I'm like, after 3 games, I have 6 points. It's still early. We're going to, how many games will they play in these group stages? Quite a lot.
Yeah.
So me dropping
2 extra
3
games,
points.
so 10, I think. Yeah.
Me dropping 3 points. Is it the end of the world? Hold on.
No, I'm listening.
But if I drop 3 points against City next week, it might be the end of the world. There. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, do you think he will prioritize or he will go full blast for this one, full blast for the next one?
He has to at least pretend he's going full blast. He has to do no less than he would have done for a Premier League game. Wirtz is in and out anyway. May not start him. You know what I'm saying? Isak, you hope Isak is fit for a week from today. You may leave him out in midweek. We wouldn't consider that a resting because he hasn't played in 3 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can do things like that where only he would know that Wirtz is fine to play. Isak is fine to play. I'm going to rest them. You know what I'm saying? And then unleash them against. But, bro, I'm telling you, they're so mentally fragile right now.
Yeah.
If they do that, there's no coming back from. This is not a team of veterans. That is the Liverpool of old. This is a very fragile team. If Madrid comes to your house and slap you around and eat your food and kick your cat, it's over. You can't do it.
What do you think will happen in the game? Who do you think?
I think Madrid will go to their house and eat their food and kick their cat, and spray paint, bloody scousers all over their house.
So to make things interesting, I know I threw Slot under the bus and I more or less nailed his coffin last week.
Yeah.
Right. But they still matter and I want them to. Yeah, I don't want their season to be over yet. Let them.
No, the season will not be over. The season will not be over. Even if they lose to City, which I'm not sure they will.
No. You said if they lose to Madrid, that's it. That the season.
No. I'm saying if they don't show up against Madrid, if they sit players against Madrid, if they concede the game, it's over. As in, how do you rouse them again to say something else matters? And now. If other teams see that, they're like, oh, these people don't even care about this stuff, Because think about it, because of what Crystal Palace did to them, everyone else thinks they can go into Anfield now The sheen is gone. The sheen of, invincibility is gone.
Yeah.
You can't do that in Europe as well. Madrid need to feel like they're coming to like hallowed ground. They can't feel like they're going somewhere where, 3 points FC. You can't do that. It's already bad enough that your goalkeeper is not going to be there. The other guy is big and somewhat athletic, but he's not Alisson. And meanwhile, you can't get past Madrid's goalkeeper. So what are you going to do? You need to be, look, I'm sorry, man. This Champions League nights, Madrid, they have that pedigree. It doesn't matter who is wearing the shirt. They have that pedigree. You need to go and get it. You need to go and get it.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think Liverpool will show up. I think they will show up.
They can win. They can totally
one thing I was worried about is slots might be crazy enough and think I might win. But I think I agree with you. Let's see how it goes. So quickly going to Europe, the game's coming up in Europe. We've talked about City Liverpool, so I'm not going to say anything about that again. That's a major one. As an Arsenal fan, just give me 1-1 draw. I'm happy. Yeah, just give me. In fact, give me 4-4 draw. I don't even care. Just a draw. Just let it be draw, proper draw, like okra soup. That's what I want. Spurs United. I just put that in there because maybe we need to stop talking about those two clowns of a team. But anyway.
I think this is the only bright patch that United will have this season, and then it's gonna be back to this for the rest of the season. So enjoy whatever season they're in right now. It's gonna go like this. Spurs are by far the better team. Spurs are by far better coached, and Spurs have had more injuries than anyone else. No one's talking about it.
But quick one. Thomas Frank is having it tough because they've lost. They lost 2 games on the row, and you saw what happened with him and his players. That the players ignored him when they were coming off the pitch against Chelsea. Right. So this Spurs is not Brentford. As much as we we look down on Spurs, they're not Brentford. If he's not careful,
that's true.
He's going to get the boots.
But for me, they've had more injuries than anyone. He's a no excuses kind of coach.
Actually, when you say they had more injuries than anyone, they don't have more injuries than Arsenal.
They literally have 10 players out. They have more players out than Arsenal, and they have bigger players out. I don't have it in front of me. I don't have it in front of me. They have 10 injuries.
Okay, so Solanke, right?
He's been out.
What's his name? The English boy that used to play at Leicester. Madison.
Yeah.
Who else?
I don't have it in front. I'm telling you, you've already named 3 of their 5 best players.
But we
5 most important players. You have Yinka Madison. Madison is not one of their best players. Then their top striker is not one of their most important.
I'm saying the way you making it seem as if they have. If I count the number of players are out for Arsenal too, it's not 3, it's not 4, it's not 5. Everybody has injuries. All of a sudden, you can't give them the injury. What do you call it? The injury card to say, "Oh, I'm letting you off the hook." Hell no. Hell no.
We said we're not gonna drag this thing, so let's not drag it. What I'm saying is, Spurs have had a good start to the season, given the injury they've had, given they have a new coach, given they didn't spend £250 million. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're championship contenders because they're not. Some crazy people think they are. I do not believe they are. Okay. You want to talk about Lyon versus PSG real quick?
That's a good game that I'm looking forward to. But I think PSG is going to win. Yeah, I think PSG,
especially with Dembele back.
Especially with Dembele back. That's my take on that. I'm still kind of ticked about this your sports take, but I'll let it slide.
We can start with that next week.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
If you will permit me, I will do the donkey of the week.
Okay, go ahead. I know what this is.
It has to be the referees in Turkey, or whatever they call it, the country now. It's still Turkey to me. I'm sorry, Turkish people. Yinka, was it 149 referees that have been suspended because of
so
gambling? I mean, some of the
yes,
numbers, Inka, there are some of those referees that placed thousands of bets. There's a guy
yes,
that placed more than 10,000 bets.
yes.
Yinka, I don't want to go on a rant again like I did. And again, I'm not a puritanistic person. I'm a live and let live kind of guy. But you cannot have betting on one hand and legitimate sports on the other. Wrestling, sure, because that's make believe. But actual sports that matter cannot be in bed with gambling. I'm sorry. And there's some sports that just don't need it. The EPL does not need it. They make way too much money. The NFL does not need it. They make way too much money. NBA, basketball, let the lesser basketball leagues get
But
in bed with
time
gambling.
out.
Go on.
The link between the sports or the organization, the NBA, the NFL, is not really what's aiding the gambling. People will gamble either way.
I know.
Do you understand my point?
I know.
People will gamble either way. Yeah?
I know.
So, going back to your point, there's a fundamental problem when people are in position of power and they can really make money out of how they can influence the situation, right? Aki, in my line of work, you know what I do? I'm an accountant. I audit. Yeah. This is what happens when they say you need to be independent.
Yeah.
You have to be independent being a ref. You don't have any business. And for the integrity of the whole ecosystem that you're part of, you have to be independent.
This is my point. How do you place one bet, let alone thousands? Yinka, thousands of bets.
Again, there's a bigger problem, right? You can't police these things. People have alter ego. I can be a ref today, and I have a very good friend of mine, right, that I can swear to an oath of secrecy, either the local way or the contractual way. You know the local way, as in if you say anything, you die. But the guy is the one that is making all the money, placing on the bets, and nobody can link the guy back to me. So which is why I see refs in the English Premier League. I remember when I brought this thing up on the group, what did Enro say? Enro say, wait till they find out what's going on in Spain. It's the same everywhere. It's not even a Spanish thing.
I know.
I believe it's a matter of time. This thing is coming to the EPL. It is coming. Because these refs' decisions are too... I know I told you this, Akin. You said you think it's just incompetence. I said there's an underlay. There's something going on here.
Yeah.
I pray it doesn't happen, but if it happens, I hope that the product is strong enough for people to overlook it and say, okay, because everybody's image gets tarnished. People that have won, City won how many leagues in so many years? People will look at you different. They'll be like, oh, it's because your product your product lacks integrity. That's what they will say. I rest my case.
So for me, the donkey of the week are the referees in Turkey. It really should be all the leagues that are in bed with betting companies and gambling companies. They need to not do it again. But I know I'm the lone voice crying in the wilderness, or however that's
there's nothing that can happen to that. There's no way they can stop that. Unless they're going to cancel gambling altogether.
Yinka, if 150 referees are implicated in England,
yes,
it will start to happen. But we don't have time to talk about this. But go on.
No, very quick one. So what's going to happen? They will say, the league will say you cannot gamble on our product anymore. Is that what they're going to say?
Sure, you can say that. But what they need to do, because in England, you can actually get the government to force you to do things. It's one of the few Western countries where that actually still happens. Right?
Yes.
They'll raise some commission to do whatever. you will start seeing the dissociation. My thing is, people are going to gamble. I'm not saying cancel gambling. I'm saying, why are they your sponsors? Why are they your sponsors?
I get your point,
that's my
but
thing.
the fact that they are your sponsors, Akin, doesn't really change the issue that we have on ground. You can be the sponsor of the league.
I know.
Right? How does that stop a goalkeeper, right, on a team putting money on his team, right, to concede or to do you understand?
It's the hypocrisy of it all, Yinka. It's like saying we care so much about drunk driving, right? But I'm a trucking company. When my drivers are going out, I leave alcohol in their cars or in their trucks. It's insane.
I get what you're saying.
You can't do that.
It will not solve the problem unless you cancel gambling altogether. It will not solve the problem.
Okay. So that's two more things now that we need to start with next week: Spurs and gambling. I'm just gonna wrap it because we've gone way. Thank you, Inka. Thank you, everyone. Like, share, subscribe, all the things. We will be back next week. Inka, you want to say goodbye?
Bye, people. Go all Arsenal. Right. Go Ravens. I'm copying you this time around. Go Arsenal. Go Ravens. Go Lakers. Go Kwara United. Go.
The Lakers are not going anywhere, but nice try, though. Oh my God. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. And
Bye.